actually start.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be a problem.
You're right, it's the first Armistice Day, so it's
got two combinations.
You ready? Y'all can finish. I just. Everybody's got this chair jacked up. Trying to get me over. I ain't seen my feet on touching around. First short joke of the night. There we go. All right. All right, it's a little past 5 o'clock, and we'll go ahead and call the City Council meeting for the City of Troy for August the 14th to order. And if you all would please stand and join us for a brief invocation and then our Pledge of Allegiance. Dear Lord, we come before you again with humbled and grateful hearts for the opportunity to serve the citizens of Troy and our constituents and the great city of Troy. Be with us, lead us, and guide us in everything we say and do, and make it be pleasing unto your sight. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You'll face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We have several items on our agenda this evening, but I don't think it'll be anything that will delay us in a time fashion, so we'll get right to it. If the clerk will note that all of our members are present except for Mr. Jones, and as well upstairs we did meet at 4 o'clock for our executive committee meeting. All of our members were present except for Mr. Jones as well. Are there any other committee reports on by our council members this evening? Seeing none, we will move right on into it. Before we get started, I want to take a personal liberty and wish our colleague and council member for District 2 a very happy birthday, which is tomorrow.
Thank you.
He said earlier today he was 50. And I think somebody quickly said something, 50-something. But Greg, happy birthday from all of your colleagues here on the council. Happy birthday. All right, the first item on our agenda this evening is you have the minutes before you. Are there any additions or corrections to those? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Thank you. All right. The next item is Ms. Katie Thomas with the Pike County Extension Office. She's the coordinator. And Ms. Thomas, if you wouldn't mind coming forward and telling us about your program.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for letting me come and speak to you for a little while. I've been in this position for about a year, and it seems like we do a lot of things at Extension, and everyone still only knows us as the 4-H people in schools. Now, we are very proud to be the 4-H people in schools, but we do have a lot more programs than that to offer. We do everything from fish and wildlife, natural resource management, to teaching people how to sew, to health and wellness events and programs in schools. And I have some things, if you want me to pass them around to you. This is just our annual report of what we've done year to date so far. But the main reason, what I really want you to see, is we are in the midst right now of doing our annual grassroots survey. And we are legally mandated by the Land Grant Act of 1862 to provide the resources of Auburn University and Alabama A&M to people who don't necessarily have access to go to college. So we try and make all of the resources we have available to the public in as many ways as we can in a lot of different areas. So this time of year we go around and we do our grassroots survey. We've had about 240 people fill out these surveys for us and help us identify the top 3 needs in different areas, ranging from horticulture and home grounds to youth development, family development. And I have those results as of last week. They might have changed a little since then, but I have copies of those results that I really just thought you guys might want to see what people around here think that those big issues are in the community. So I wanted to share that with you. We do have our grassroots meeting tomorrow. So if in any of that if you see anything that you want to give us some feedback on, or maybe some program direction, if one of those sticks out to you, like something that, we seem to hear a lot about retirement planning. We seem to hear a lot about one of the biggest responses for youth development was drug education. So if anything in that sticks out to you, my contact information is on the smaller flyer that I handed you, and I would be happy to come talk to you, give me a call, and help us guide the programs that we're doing in the county, because we want to best serve the citizens of Pike County and here in Troy. And with your support, we've been able to do a lot of great things in the schools. We are not just the 4-H people, but we are very proud that we are expanding our 4-H program into 3 more grades at Troy Elementary this year. And I've also started the process of reaching out to all of the kindergarten teachers. We have something that we call Clover Buds, which is a 4-H for the little ones. And I'm hoping to get that program started also. So we do a lot of different things specifically for schools here in Troy. And we thank you generously for your support that you give us to make those things happen. But again, I just wanted you to have this information to look over it. And if there's anything in there that you think we can expand upon, please reach out to me and help us guide what we give back to the community this year, because we are starting that planning phase for the next 12 months now. And I'm open to any questions if you have them.
So it sounds like the survey is ongoing.
It is. We set it out several months ago, and
I filled it out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I saw your post on Facebook.
Thank you. And I had a lot of responses on Facebook. We also ran it on the radio and the newspaper. We try to reach as many people as we can. It's been going on for a couple of months now, and we use this information as a culmination. And at our grassroots meeting tomorrow, we will literally have it laid out, and we'll take votes on what people, these are the top 3 issues, and those people in the room get to tell us what they think the number 1 issue of each of it is. So that's why if there's something in there that you really feel wholeheartedly about, just let me know, and we'll see what kind of programmatic changes we can make to what we're doing to address those needs.
And is that meeting tomorrow open?
Well, I still have room to squeeze a couple in, because I've had a couple cancel, so I've got room for 3 or 4 more people. We are having lunch, so
sure.
It's a little late for me to change the catering a whole lot. But if any of you are interested in coming, I have had a couple cancel on us, so please join us. It's at the College Senior Center tomorrow at 12.
Just a comment, because we have 4-year-olds in our Head Start, and so don't forget our 4-year-olds. When you get ready to start your
The Clover Bud curriculum is designed for 5 years old.
5 years old.
Yes, ma'am. The kindergarten. And I felt the same way, because I have a K-4 student, and I wanted to go do it at his school too. But it's designed for 5-year-olds. But thank you for that feedback, because this is the kind of thing that we need to know. There might be something that we can work out, some sort of program that we can do with them. So I'll be happy to reach out to some folks and see what we might have to offer you guys.
Thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently doing anything with the Boys and Girls Clubs?
We had a summer program going on with one of our nutrition, our SNAP Ed. She does the nutritional education for some elementary ages, and she did have a program going on there this summer. But off and on at the Boys and Girls Club, usually what we have is health and fitness education there.
Okay. Because I just thumbing through this, I think there's some good things that, leadership development, citizen involvement, things of those natures, some of those programs that could be incorporated into.
Okay, definitely. We've been a little, this year's been crazy. We've been a little short-staffed.
And I know you've only been here a year at that, right?
I've only been here a year, and I just had a baby 3 months ago, so that year was kind of crazy anyway. So yes, we're still wrinkling out our plans, but that's definitely something we could look into doing. Our 4-H agent left us in June. So we're in the process now of hiring a new 4-H agent, but that would be a great fit for that new person to go in and do some of that citizenship and leadership development courses. So I will definitely put that on the radar of whoever that new person is going to be, that's something that you guys would like to see.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
And I would encourage you just, I think there's some opportunities for some further collaboration. Just quickly looking at this, I saw horticulture and community gardens and litter, and those are all things that keep Troy beautiful.
Yes.
We
We did
address
work-
as well.
we-
So that might be an opportunity for some
And we
good
did
collaborative
partner
work.
with Keep Troy Beautiful to promote. We had a group of our 4-H volunteers clean up the section in front of our office. So we have tried to partner with
Good.
that, and we've tried to do some things with the Troy Elementary greenhouses and gardens out there. We've also done that through, we promote and train the master gardeners of Pike County. So we partner with them to help do things like that. Always open to ideas like this. This is exactly the kind of feedback that we're looking for to help steer the program. So anytime something like that comes on your radar, now maybe you have a little bit bigger picture of everything that we do. And if you see something that falls in line with that, just reach out to me, send me an email, give me a call. Be happy to look into it.
Okay.
Anybody?
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great.
Thank
Very
you.
interesting. Thank you for coming.
Well, here, I can't leave the mayor out, can I?
I was going to say, please leave the mayor the information as well. Thank you. Thank you, Alvin. If you put that in his box, that'd be great. The next item on our agenda is the Southeast Alabama Community Action Partnership. And I've been coached, I hope I get this right, Miss Corinne Simmons.
That's not.
Are you Miss Jones?
Latokia Jones.
Latokia. See, I probably could have gotten that one.
You know it wasn't her.
I got all that coaching and Miss Simmons isn't even in here. Well, Miss Jones, we are delighted to have you. So if you will.
Happy to be here. I appreciate you letting me come and speak on Corinne's behalf. I too have some information to give you. Let's start with you here. I am here to speak about the Child and Adult Care Food Program that Southeast Alabama Community Action have. Just one of the programs that we operate, but specifically here in the city of Troy. And what we do is we reimburse licensed home daycare providers for the nutritious meals that they serve the children. Currently, we have 5 homes here in Troy and 1 center. We also do after school and summer feeding that we didn't have any here this year, but in other counties. And like I said, as Corinne's behalf, we're just asking for appropriations to help assist with monitoring and training the home providers and centers that we have here. And we're always recruiting, as long as they're licensed home daycares and or centers, they're able to be on our food program. It's through the State Department of Education.
This figure you have in the letter, is that just for
Just
Troy
for the
area?
city of Troy, yes,
Just
sir.
for the city of Troy?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. And they do, well, not all homes, but most of them do breakfast, lunch, a snack, and we have a couple that do some suppers.
All right. Any
And, I'm sorry.
questions for, oh, I'm sorry. If
No,
you're not-
that's not-
Okay. Any questions for Ms. Jones or comments?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for
What you're
providing us
doing and
Thank
for
you.
this information. That's, these numbers just for the city of Troy are very interesting to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, the next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-72, which is a bid award for utility vehicles. Mr. Chandler, do you mind coming forward and explaining the resolution?
Yes, sir. These bids you have in front of you are for, replacement of vehicles for the utility department, that we're replacing vehicles that age from 10 to 11 years old to 13 years old. Those vehicles will be moved down the fleet as backups and spares. Our oldest vehicles that are older than that will then be disposed of at the auction. We sent, the clerk's office sent bids out for an SUV, half-ton pickups, as well as a 3/4-ton pickup. We recommend going with the low bidder on each item. The low bidders on the SUV and the 3/4-ton truck were Pike County Ford. The low bidder on the half-ton pickups was Bill Jackson Chevrolet. That will be 1 SUV, 1 3/4-ton truck, and then up to 5 of the half-ton trucks
and one SUV.
Yes, sir. And the SUV and the 3/4 ton truck, a little bit of was Pike County Public.
Yep. Any questions for Mr. Chandler regarding this resolution? Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval?
It does.
All right, council, you have before by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously approved. Thank you, council. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-73, which is a bid rejection for the Pine Street Sewer. Mr. Chandler?
Yes, sir. We sent this bids out through CDG Engineers a while back, and we're prepared to do this project. However, before we could get it completed and bring to you to get its approval, there's another project of much higher importance that's come up that needs to be done. It's higher importance than the Pine Street project, which can wait. And so we ask to reject the bids for this Pine Street sewer project tonight, so that we can use the funding with that, along with other remaining bond funding to fund an item that is further down here on the agenda.
All right. Are there any questions?
I have one question, Brian.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you asked us to reject the bid. Do you know when we'll put it back in the cycle?
Probably the next time we get do another bond issue, or do some major funding. It's some upgrades and some rehab of the older line in that area. It's not leaking or in any immediate danger of anything. So it will be at the top of the list of the next set of stuff that we do. So
Yes, I would request that this be a priority item.
it was until the other one came up.
I
so-
understand.
But no, we will. It is. It's since we are not going to be able to do it this time, that it will be at the top of the list the next time we get funding to do some stuff.
Yeah, and it's really just an infrastructure issue. As we move through, whether it's water, electric, or sewer, we try to keep the infrastructure up to date, up to grade. That was the plan with this. It was just next to be. There weren't any issues with it. It was just next to be replaced.
Right.
And but in the time that happened, we've had an emergency situation come up with which we'll talk about in a few minutes. That's bumped this one down the line. So we'll definitely get to it. There's no immediate concern, but we will definitely it will maintain its place in the next to be repaired or replaced.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion, Mayor?
It does.
Sure, this comes with your approval. Is there a motion to approve the resolution to reject the bid? By Ms. Moultrie.
I can't do it. It's the district. I can
Ms.
do it.
Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Meeks. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution to reject the bid is approved. Thank you, council. All right, the next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-74, which is Stewart Engineering Agreement. And Mr. Chandler, will you explain the resolution and the new agreement? We currently have one with them. It's expiring, and
Yes,
we're
sir.
renewing our agreement.
That's right. Stewart Engineering has done the majority of our electrical consulting work for some period of time. Lance and his company do a great job, and we just need to put a new agreement in place to take the place of the old one. There were some price changes. You have the items that changed there on compare the new prices to the old ones, but it's just time to do a new agreement. We do this periodically. These agreements typically run 3 years with the engineering companies, and so they're kind of all in the same cycle.
All right, any questions or comments? I think you have the new price in Schedule A of the agreement, and Mr. Chandler did provide us what the original or the old contract was. It looks like everything is within a couple of dollars, as low as $1.25 per hour increase. The rest of them are $2 and $3. I think one's $4.25. Any other questions or comments regarding the resolution? If not, Mayor, does this come with your approval as well?
It does.
Thank you. Motion to approve by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by Mr. Meeks. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously agreed. Thank you. All right, the next item, 2018-75, Watkins Engineering Agreement. And I think this is along the same lines. The existing contract with Watkins Engineering is expiring, and you're wanting us to enter into a new agreement with Watkins Engineering. Is that correct, Mr. Chandler?
Yes, sir, that is correct. These are the existing prices in the agreement that's running out. Watkins Engineering, Buck Watkins, does a variety of work for the city. They're obviously based here out of Troy, but in addition to work for the utility department, they also do work for environmental services and for planning and zoning and for other things around the city. So they do work for multiple departments throughout the city.
All right, council, are there any questions or comments? You have the new agreement in front of you, and Mr. Chandler has provided you the schedule of what the old agreement was to see the price difference. Some of these range anywhere from $10 increase to $5. Ma'am, 35 on some. Any questions or comments for Mr. Chandler regarding the Watkins Engineering Agreement? Chandler, if you'll give them a few minutes to look that over. Mayor, I'm assuming as well this comes with your approval.
It does. Mr. Watkins does work for Vaughn, for utilities, and several other things. Also, he's local, so he's, readily available, especially in for example, the crisis we had with Gibbs Street being closed before, for several days before school started. Mr. Watkins stepped in and handled that. Same thing that happened a couple of years ago on the George Wallace Drive issue, where we were about to lose that road.
All right, council, we have a motion to approve by Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is unanimously agreed to. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-76, which is a network consulting agreement with Jackson Thornton. Mr. Chandler?
Yes, sir. This is a very similar agreement for professional services with the Jackson Thornton Technologies Group. The primary purpose is getting this agreement in place so that they can help the utility department to design and implement primarily security policies and security procedures. Unfortunately, in the day we live in, there are a lot of folks from this country, in particular overseas, they're trying to break into computer systems, in particular in utilities in relation to the electric grid, but also the water systems. As we have systems that control those, we need their assistance in making sure that we meet the industry standards, and we got policies and procedures that are set up correctly to do everything we can to prevent someone unauthorized from gaining access to those systems and causing or creating problems.
Mayor, I'm sure this comes with your approval as well. I know this is a new agreement, so
Yes, sir, it is.
any questions or comments from the council to Mr. Chandler regarding the resolution?
Other than will this go in a cycle of being 3 years too?
Right,
And all
that's-
of them be, okay.
Right, and right now, the only thing we have planned for them to do is just this one project. So, there may be something in the future, but we don't have anything else planned for them right now. So,
And you're saying
But-
estimate of a cost of high side 10,000?
Yes, sir, that's right. But the agreement will be in place in case something comes up down the road that we'll already have an agreement in place with them to help us with something else, so. But yes, sir, that's correct.
All right, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
By Ms. Baker, seconded by Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is approved. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-77, which is a bid award for Pike County Lake Sewer. Mr. Chandler?
Yes, sir, this is the emergency project that came up recently that we're going to use the funding from the Pine Street project to apply to this project along with some remaining funding. We had a sewer line that broke. We repaired it on a temporary basis and everything's good now, but that line is in a bad location in the middle of the creek, in the middle of the woods. It's hard to get to, and so we're going to relocate it to the right of way out along Pike County Lake Road where we can get to it much easier and inspect it, work on it if we ever have to. And so that's what this project does, is relocates that main sewer line out to the Pike County Lake Road. We got a lot of bids on this project. We were very pleased. The price came in significantly under what we had expected. I believe we had 8 bids on this project.
All right, Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Any questions or comments from the council regarding this resolution? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you. All right. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-78, and this is a resolution to provide tax exemption from the City of Troy sales and use tax for the Community Action Program. This was provided an opportunity by the Alabama Legislature in Act 2014-407, which the state had exempted those state taxes but gave an opportunity for municipal and county governments to do the same. Mayor.
Yes, and I'll just say, Mr. President, this is, I know Councilwoman Moultrie will, she'll abstain from this because this is, obviously she's the director of OCAP and she'll be requesting these type exemptions throughout her area in both county and city. I think, how many, do you have 7 counties, Wanda?
We do.
So, but I think I would ask the council to, I think we have the legal authority to do it, and obviously we believe in the service that OCAP provides by our annual appropriation, and this will help them use some of our money even more wisely.
And I think it goes to a good cause. With that, any questions or comments regarding the resolution? Hearing none, is there by Ms. Baker, seconded by
Second.
Mr. Meeks? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Ms. Moultrie? With that, the motion is approved 3-0-1. The court will note that. Thank you. All right. The next item on our agenda is Resolution 2018-79, which is an ALDOT agreement, project agreement on Elm Street multi-use path. And Mr. Ramsden and Ms. Sanders, we would love to hear about this project.
Thank you. Good to be here. This project is a transportation enhancement project, a TAP project through DOT. It is going to be to put a multi-use path on Elm Street from College Drive to George Wallace Drive. It will be on the side of the tennis courts, and it will finish there at the golf center. What you have is the agreement between DOT and yourselves. And I'd take any questions that you have.
Any questions or for Mr. Ramsden or Ms. Sanders at this point? Mayor, I assume this comes with your approval as well.
It does, and as you all know, you voted to apply and for this, and this is just this just allows me to sign the agreement.
All right.
You said it'd probably be a year.
You have 2 years to actually get it to construction. I would anticipate at least a year, yeah. Hopefully about that time.
All right. Any other questions or comments? If not, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Moultrie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate all of your help with this, Mr. Ramsden.
You're very welcome.
In the leadership of Ms. Sanders. All right, the next item on our agenda is Ordinance 393, which is amending the City of Troy personnel policies and procedures. And Mr. Fannin, if you want to give us a brief explanation of this ordinance. This is the second reading.
What this amounts to is we're just trying to cut back on time and cost that we spend on drug testing for our employees. We're looking at potentially cutting down from an average of between 3 and 4 hours of time spent bound up in this process to 20 to 30 minutes, from 3 to 4 hours to 20 to 30 minutes, and then from an average cost of $45 to $65, depending on where we go, down to about $9 per test. Other municipalities that have done it have had a lot of success and just rave about it. So we've talked to them. We've talked to we tried to think of everything that we could as far as making it right. But we feel like it'll be a big benefit to our department heads and their employees. And that's really it. We're not changing anything about the current policy. We just want to add in the part that says that we can oral test. And if that individual fails that oral, then they would go for urine.
And I understand you've talked with department heads, the chiefs, and they fully support this.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know it's cleared all of our legal
Yes, sir.
areas
Yes, sir.
regarding policies and procedures.
Correct. A couple of times.
I would assume so. Mayor, I assume this.
Right, and this, now if, even if it's the most minor incident, it requires that there be a test, and instead of, it taking, a good bit of time, it's, this will keep people out working. And then obviously if there is a positive on the oral test, then they'll be taken to the hospital or to a local doctor's office, and we'll do the same thing that we normally do. So again, this is just as technology progresses and things improve, you can save some time and money, and that's what this is about.
And oftentimes the property damage that we deal with, the drug test is more costly than the property damage. And that, so this will save us time and money. And this also tests for alcohol, which is a plus.
Any other questions or comments for Mr. Fannin? If not, is there a motion to approve Ordinance 393?
So moved.
By Mr. Meeks, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the ordinance is unanimously approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to everyone for all of your help and assistance with the agenda. Mayor, we do not have any appointments this evening, and we welcome your comments and report.
I'll be brief. I know there's some activities after this, but just wanted to say, give everybody a thank you that participated in the Design Alabama project with Academy Street School and other things related to the city. Everything seemed to go very well. A lot of feedback, a lot of input. In a couple of months, we'll hear back from them with a report. So glad that we've hit the next step in that process, and just excited about the new school year. I'm a parent, like so many others of you and others out there, with sent 4 kids off to school last week, and so please, be careful as everything, continues to adjust. Obviously, traffic is always difficult the first few weeks of school. I know the university starts classes, I believe it's tomorrow, so all the students are back now, and all the local schools have started, I believe. So we're back into the swing of things. So, but unless there are specific questions, that's all I have.
Any questions for the mayor? If not, Mr. Meeks? Come ahead.
The only thing I have is a super serious topic. The Alabama League of Municipalities has deemed tomorrow as City Hall Selfie Day. So before we leave, I'd ask my colleagues to stay so that we can take our City Hall selfie. And tomorrow they are asking any and all community members to stop by, visit City Hall, and take a selfie and post it with the hashtag City Hall Selfie. That's all I have.
As long as I can stand by Ms. Moultrie.
And I'm sure that our president would be happy to take a selfie with anyone in attendance tonight before he leaves.
That's right.
I just echo what the mayor said about the participation and how engaged we all were with Design Alabama, and it was just it was a wonderful thing to see the community come out and be supported. And I want to thank you.
Thank you. I will ditto all those remarks, but remind everyone in District 3 that August is our special cleanup month. So if you have large items that need to be discarded of, please contact Vaughn over at Public Works, and they'll come pick those things up for you in the month of August. So, and with that, a motion to adjourn is always in order. Thank you. We are dismissed.